Hello everybody, my name's Magda Pearson. I'm a Pilates instructor and I'm here today to give you a short neck, shoulder and upper back stretch which may be helpful to relieve any tension that you may be working with through working from home, spending a lot of time kind of crunched over a laptop or a computer, maybe even sort of spending time like this with your children helping with homeschooling. So we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. Now this is going to be very different for everybody. If you're comfortable with your knees crossed, that's fantastic. If you prefer to sit with your feet out like this a little bit, or even taking a placement like that, that would be fine. You can also pop a pillow under your bottom if you want a bit of support there. We're just going to start by sitting in place, finding our sitting bones, just kind of rocking off and finding a nice placement of the sitting bones. Setting the hands to the knees, backs of the hands up to the ceiling. Push the crown of the head up high and draw your belly button through to your spine. At this point you may want to just close your eyes down and take a couple of nice big deep breaths in and out. And again, breath in and out. And while we continue to breathe, we can flicker our eyes open and turn the palms of the hands back onto the knees. We're going to take a very gentle head roll here. So you're just going to let the neck, the chin tilt down and roll gently round. If that full roll doesn't feel good for you, you could just take side to side or front to back. Just a couple of rolls through and then taking it in the opposite direction. And bringing the neck, the head back to a central position. We're going to take the shoulders up and down. So just really simple movements to start with, things that you might not even think about doing, but even if you're just sitting at the computer, just a lift and lower of those shoulders can just help to ease up that tension, lifting and just placing back down. Now, as we place back down, try and think about the shoulder blades creating a V and drawing down the spine. So we're just dropping down a little bit further each time. Okay, and one more time. And as you set those shoulders down now, just find your back nice and tall as much as you can. And like I said, you could change your seated position if you wanted to. We're going to bring the hands into an interlink and place them behind the head. Then you're going to sit up tall and open your elbows out. What you want to try and avoid here is letting yourself be crunched over. So draw the belly button in, stack the spine up and open into those elbows. Let the back of the head kind of push against the hands slightly, but we don't want to be tilting back, okay? So we don't want to be in this position. You also just don't want to be tucked forward too much. You're finding a nice sense of height in the spine, those elbows opening wide. And now this might be enough. You might find this actually starts to open up the chest and release some tension for you. So if you want to sit and breathe through this, you can do, pushing those elbows out and back, lifting the crown of the head up. Draw the belly in to support that spinal height and breathe. Thinking about, again, creating that V in the shoulder blades, squeezing the shoulder blades down. From here, we're going to take just a little tuck forward, elbows squeezing towards each other. And then coming back up, maybe even thinking about pushing those elbows a little wider. And then you're going to take a breath in and out. And let's take two more of these. And out one more time. And from here, sitting up nice and tall, you're going to extend your left arm out to the side. Then you're going to take the right hand and bring it onto the outside of the left part of your head, okay? So near your ears. You want to keep this arm extended and you want to keep your body tall as we take a very gentle stretch to the neckline. Now notice that my back is still up tall, my body's still in place. I'm not shifting my weight. I'm taking a little tilt into place here. Sitting tall, breathe. Coming back up, and let's swap that over. So we're going to take the right arm out, the left hand connects onto the outside of the head, and again taking that gentle stretch into your neckline. Then you're going to set your right hand down to the floor and you're going to extend the left arm up and take a small mermaid here. Try and release your shoulders and your ears away from each other, keeping both sitting bones down on the floor. If you want a little bit more, you could take your eye line to the fingertips. Make sure those core muscles are drawing in to support. And coming back to the other side, setting your left hand down, coming up and stretching over. Again, if you want to, as long as your neck can cope with it, taking your eye line up. Coming back to center now, we're going to bring the fingertips together and turn the palms of the hands out and inside out. So we're going to create a push forward on the palms of the hands. You're going to sit the back up tall. Now I'm going to turn again so that you can see this from the other side. So again, we want to try and avoid that. I've got a really bad habit of forcing my back into this like hyperextension, so I'm going to stack my spine up tall. I'm going to encourage you to do the same as we push the palms of the hands forward, lift the back and feel that stretch into the shoulders. So lengthening into the arms, stretching into the shoulders. So if you can push forward a little bit more. Now we're going to take a slight rounding in the shoulders. We're going to scoop the belly button in, tuck the spine back, head hangs down. This is a seated cat stretch. So we're rounding the back, drawing the belly in, pushing the hands forward. Then you're going to come up to sitting. You're going to lift your fingertips up high, and we're just going to sit here, stretching again, pushing the palms of the hands up high, trying to kind of clip the insides of the arms to the ears. And let's take a little stretch to the side. And it is a stretch to the side, not a twist. So your arms shouldn't come in front of you, lengthening into the neck and back up. And stretching over and back up. Let's take one more to each side. Keeping that neckline long for me and over. And then as you come back up to sitting here, I'm going to spin again, but you can stay where you are. We're going to bring those arms round and set our fingertips out behind us. And I want you to stay on your fingertips if you can. You can flatten your fingertips, but your hands down, but you get a bit more strength and a bit more energy into the arms if you stay on your fingertips here. So pushing the fingertips down, lengthen into the arms. Can we try and create that shoulder blade V again? So squeeze the shoulder blades, drop the shoulders, lift the chest slightly, take the eye line up and create a little back bend as we lift, breathe. Again, squeezing into those shoulder blades, opening into the chest. Try and make sure that your shoulders are away from your ears. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Now you can stay here, or you could come with me as we take ourselves into an interlink of the hands. So creating an interlink of the fingers like this. If that's enough for you, that's fine. Or you can push the palms of the hands together if you want a little bit more. And we're going to sit the back up nice and tall again, and we're going to push the arms away. Lifting, again, an intense chest opening stretch. Can we create that V in the shoulders? Stack the back. Shoulders and ears away from each other, and give me 2 breaths here. Eye line forward or even up slightly. And release that down. Placing your hands out in front of you. You can come with me in a roll over the knees or just swing your legs round if you wish to. We're going to come into cat-cow stretch now. Fantastic stretch, not just for the upper body, but for the base of the spine as well, all the way through the spine, mobilizing, articulating the spine. So we're going to set the palms of the hands in place, wrists, elbows, shoulders in line, knees in line with your hips. Your backs should be long. You should draw the belly button up and into the body. So there's a real temptation at this point to kind of let everything sag, but we're going to push the crown of the head forward, draw the belly button up, and we round through the spine, tucking the pelvis under, push up through the shoulders, round the shoulders, let the head hang. And then we change direction. The back dips, the bum pushes up, the chest opens slightly, and we change. It's really important that we listen to our bodies. And so if one part of this exercise doesn't feel good for you, you don't have to do it. Let's go again. Up. And release. And we'll take one more. Pushing high. And dropping that back down. And then you're going to come to a flat back position, and we're going to work into threading the needle. You're going to keep this lovely 4-point placement, draw the belly button up, taking your right hand and reaching towards the ceiling. Your eye line can reach up as well. Now you might find that this is as far as you go, and that's okay, but what we're working on is taking that twist and then taking a slight bend into that left elbow. The hand comes underneath. You look under the armpit. Draw the belly button in, and we find stretch to the ceiling. And tuck under. And one more time, we're going to stretch up, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then as you come under this time, you're going to see, can you see, send your bum back towards your heels as far as you can go, and sending that arm underneath, turning the right ear to the floor, and we're coming into our full threading the needle. You can stretch an arm out. I'm going to turn around so you can see this from the other side as well. So we're going to come here, and it looks like this. I've brought my head down and I'm stretching away, and you're going to breathe. And coming back to center. Let's try it on the other side now. So I'll stay this way so that you can see this on the other side. So we're going to extend the left arm up. So tuck the tummy muscles in nice and strong, reaching up and taking that tuck under so it's not fully collapsed here. And then reaching up and that slight tuck under. And one more time, reaching. Let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, sending your bottom back, not fully all the way down if you can't get there. So if you're working with knee issues, just be mindful of that. And we're taking that stretch. Left ear to the floor and stretch away. Breathe here. You stay where you are. I'm coming back onto my mat. And then we are going to bring that hand out, let the forehead rest to the floor, and we are going to take ourselves into child pose. So sending your bottom towards the floor, towards the heels rather. But if you need to be slightly more lifted, that's okay. We're going to walk the fingers up, so we're onto those fingertips again. So we've got active arms, and let the head rest. And staying here for 2 or 3 lovely big deep breaths. Okay, fantastic. You're going to slide yourself onto the mat, setting one arm out and in front of you here. So we're going to take ourselves to a chest opening stretch now. Bringing your knees so that they're in line with your belly button. Your head can be rested. If you need some support, you could put a pillow under your head here. We're just going to shuffle any tension out of the shoulders, palm on top of palm, taking a nice big deep breath in. We lift up, we follow the hand with our eye line, and we're taking that stretch all the way out, and hopefully you've got a bit more space and you can extend that all the way. And you're going to keep those knees pushing down and taking your eye line in the opposite direction. And then coming back up and over. I'm going to shuffle forward a little bit so I can get a fuller stretch out of this. So we're going to lift up and open, taking yourself as far over as you can and taking it to the other side. Lovely. And then what you might want to do is bring it up and over and just stop here for maybe 2 or 3 breaths. Try and shuffle your shoulders to the floor, release any tension you might be feeling, and breathe. And then when you're ready, slowly and steadily taking yourself to the other side. So you're going to see this from the back now. Shuffling space out away from the shoulders, and we take a breath in, coming up and opening out. Now back. And again. And one more time, maybe then holding it for a little longer. Of course, you can stay here for a bit longer if you want to. I'm going to come onto my back now, and we're going to work through some shoulder bridge. So the shoulder bridge, as if we add arm extensions into this, it's going to work all of our body. It's going to open our back, open our shoulders, work into the legs, just mobilize the pelvis a little bit as well. So you set your heels in line with your knees. You have some space between the feet and the knees. Your back is imprinted, which means you find a little pocket on the mat for each of your vertebrae. Draw your belly button down. Take a nice big deep breath in. As you breathe out, we are lifting. Stopping here, breathe in, breathe out, and you're rolling your spine back down through the vertebrae here. And again, pushing strong into your feet, lifting up, taking that reach back and coming back into place. Really do make sure you're working through the curve of the spine. Taking 2 more. On this last one, we're going to take it up and we're going to hold it for a little bit longer, okay? So reaching that up, taking the arms back, really find a stretch through to the fingertips. Maybe just seeing if you can lift your hips a little bit more. Your eye line should be to the ceiling, and we're going to breathe. And then when you're ready, bringing everything back down. Hugging your knees into the chest. Taking a little rock side to side. And when you're ready, very gently rocking over onto one side and taking a little bit of support to bring yourself back up to sitting. We're going to come into position, back into that cross-leg position if that works for you. Of course, you could come your feet into butterfly or legs out and an extension. Relaxing those shoulders. Let's just give those shoulders a good roll out again. And then we're going to set the fingertips forward, nice stretch into position again, keeping those fingers active. You can let the head release and we breathe. Coming back into position, find that interlink into those hands again and push those hands forward. Let's sit up tall, stretch into those shoulders, then lifting your hands up high, again clipping the ears with the insides of the arms. Draw the belly button in, eye line forward, neckline long, and stretch to the side and back up and to the side and back up. Push up high, turn the palms of the hands and bring your hands to the chest. Thank you very much for coming and joining me for this short stretch. If you have any questions, please ask, please get in touch and ask, and I hope that helps to release some of the tension that you may be holding up in your shoulders and your neckline. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.